excuse me, little workout recap. Today's a sweaty one. All right, as you can see by the floor in front of me, we've got the rower out, we've got the mat, a pair of dumbbells, and also just to the side here we've got the treadmill. So we're, see by the title of the workout, it is row, it is some dumbbell work, and it is run, and that will complete a round. Now how do we do this? Well, first of all, the rower, we're going to start the rower, we're going to do 400 meter intervals on the rower. At 400, i.e. the lap of a track, and that's going to be paired with a 400 meter run at the end. But the run, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to do the run at an incline. So in this case, I've got the treadmill set to a 10-degree incline. I think it goes to 12, but just simply the incline, just to mimic that little steady slope that we're running, which means that it's going to bite into the calves a little bit more than it normally would if you ran on the flat. By all means, 2 cents worth anyway, whenever I run the treadmill, I never run on the flat, because when I'm outdoors, the road is never really that flat. There is always an incline. So I will always run on the treadmill at a 5-degree incline regardless. It's just that today, we're just going to increase it by another 5 to 10, and that's a smaller difference, but it is a significant difference when you do it as part of this workout. So part of the round, starting on the rower, getting on there, off we go for 400 meters. Row at whatever is your pace. For me, I'm keeping a consistent around the 150 to 155 per 500 as a pace, but I'm also doing that at a slower stroke rate. So the stroke rate that I'll row at when I'm not going for time, I stroke at around 17 to 19 strokes a minute. So basically that's 1 every 3 or so seconds, which means it gets me to focus on a big drive, a slow return, and a nice fluid catch and back again. And that lets me focus on my leg drive primarily and the efficiency of my pull, rather than doing the crazy frog or MC hammer row as you see a lot of people do. They basically don't use their legs, they're just all rowing with their back. So again, 400, 150 to 155 pace at around 17 to 19 strokes a minute, so 1 every 3 seconds. From there, you're going to come onto the floor and we're going to get rid of this crate. And the first one that we're going to do, we're just going to do sets of 10 of 2 dumbbell movements and a bodyweight movement. The first one is simply a Renegade Row with a push-up. So what that is, get the seat out of the way. You're coming down, your hands are on the dumbbell, we'll just bring them back into the push-up position. It is 1 row, 2nd row, 1 push-up, and you're going to complete 10 of them. Now, I've gone with a heavier one, simply to know that I want the work to be in this part. Yes, I'm working there and there, but I'm not pushing hard. Therefore, I want the heavier dumbbells to be used in here for me to have to work a little bit harder in this. And I can actually see that in today's chart. Rower, get a peak, run, get a peak. And then these guys here, you'll find my heart rate does drop significantly, because when you're under load, your heart's not going to go boom, 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 boom. It will slow down whilst you're doing the pulling. So you see that, and as I stand up, there's a bit of a peak, then there's another trough, then there's a peak, and then there's another trough, and then we're off for the runner. So Renegade Row, number 1. Second one, shoulder to overhead press, bringing the dumbbells back up to shoulders, and it is a push press, or shoulder to overhead, as you call it. It is a double arm movement. I find my left arm is not as strong as my right, so therefore what I like to do is I like to go into a split stance position off my back leg, and I like to use that to help me try to keep that left up at the same pace as the right. From there, dumbbells down, push them out the way, going to come on the floor. The third movement that we're going to do here on the floor is simply body drops. Think of them at the bottom of the, just doing a burpee, chest and hips fully to the floor, none of this down and kick out, it's all the way down. So chest and hips, and stand to full attention, no jumping, no clapping, don't need to do any of that. And then we're on to the treadmill again for a 400 meter run. The pace that I'm running at is 10k an hour, or around the 6 mile an hour for those who are stateside. And again, I'm sitting at a 10 degree incline. Now, if I'm doing this at home and I don't have this equipment, we can still mimic this. So again, 400 meter, 155 per 500. So you're going to do your 400 meters in roughly about a 130 to a 140. So if you're doing this at home, let's keep this at say 1 minute 30. It's a nice, easy, round number. And instead of that there, you will skip for 1 minute and 30 seconds. And the aim is not 1, 2, 1, 2. If they are single unders, or if you are a fan of double unders and you can do them, maybe mix up some double unders and single unders. The whole idea is this should be raising the heart rate. Come onto the floor. Again, we don't have the dumbbells, but we've got our sandbag or a ruck. What we can do is we can go into a plank position and we can do a ruck pull with a push. So again, in down into the push-up position. Let's say I'm down here, I'm on the floor. I've got my ruck underneath me on my sandbag. It could be 1 pull, 2 pull, push up. Bring your chest to the sandbag or to the ruck, get up. 2nd pull, 3rd pull, push up, and so on, and get that there. When it comes to the standing position, sandbag, easily, shoulder the sandbag, shoulder overhead, likewise too with the ruck. Bring the ruck up, turn the ruck to the sideways, so head and tail, and push press with the ruck as well too. Body drops and body drops, they remain the same. As far as the run, and another truck going past, the run 10k an hour, 400 meters is roughly 2 minutes 20 to 2 minutes 30. Let's say it's 2 minutes 30. So therefore we're going to go shuttle runs up and down your driveway. You can do side shuffles. You might be a basketball player, but you can do side shuffles up and down for 2 minutes 30. And the whole idea is that we're just backwards and forwards. Think of this like an old Atari game where you're playing ping pong. It's just going backwards and forwards. That's all we're looking for you to do. In terms of your shuttle runs, you can run forward, touch the floor and jog backward, run forward, touch the floor and jog backward. That will bring in your hamstrings and your calves a little bit more than just running in a forward state at all times. So let's just recap. A round at home in the gym, rower or ski erg or assault bike for 400. Heavy pair of dumbbells, Renegade Row, 1 row, 2nd row, 1 push-up is 1 rep, we're going for 10. Grab the dumbbells, put them to the shoulder, shoulder to overhead press, we're also going for 10. Place them on the floor, body drops for 10. Onto the treadmill, put your incline up, 400 meters, 10k an hour, go with that. Now if you're a good runner and you want to get that run just over and done, you want to run at 12 or 14, good luck to you. The whole idea of these is just to break up this. Remember, as I said, the main working piece is the piece here on the floor. If you can't handle something heavy here, then simply reduce the weight. Reduce the weight, and therefore that should make you more efficient. What that will do, that will speed up the time on the floor, and you may get more rounds. Now, as far as how many rounds we're going to do, that's entirely up to you. I simply set the clock at 30 minutes, and I just went for 30 minutes. I completed 3, because at the end of the run, I took a 1 minute break to do videos, bits and pieces, reset some stuff, go again to test where this workout is at. If you are not going to video yourself, because who cares if it's not on Insta, then doing this with a lighter set of dumbbells, therefore you should be able to move around this. You should be able to get 4 rounds easily done and maybe into the 5th, and that's a great little 30-minute workout. Likewise too, if you're at home, skipping, running shuttle runs, ruck or sandbag, this is a great little 30-minute workout. You should easily be able to get 4, if not 5 rounds done in the time. That is it. Row, dumbbell, run, nice easy work, great weather for it. It's actually sweating a little bit today. My name is Dom. This is the MCSTRAWMethod. Please like, subscribe, please tell a friend. Full description later on tonight, once this video processes, will be in the details below. There'll be a 10-minute mobility. You'll see what we do with the foam roller, the trigger balls, the bands. You'll see the workout, how it's run, details, some notes, and then there'll also be an 8-minute little mobility drill at the end of this, which we will typically use the foam roller, some active stretches, or also the massage or Therago. That's it, guys. Thanks very much. Dogs are barking. Time to go get my lunch.